KILIMO High, we focus on educating and informing you, the prospective farmer, both in urban and rural setups. This is KILIMO High, your guide to agribusiness. In today's edition of KILIMO High, we bring you goat rearing, its product, plus their health and nutritional benefits. Today, several farmers had visited Shamba Dairy in Kangema, Murang'a County to learn more about dairy goats, and we start our show with a class lesson by Mrs. Helen Kamba, who is the farm owner. Welcome.
Proverbs 27:27. You will have plenty of goat milk to feed your family and nourish your female servants. Yes.
This one I'll ask questions. Question number 1. Has the verse talked about food? It has talked about food. So it means if you take the goat's milk, it is food. For the whole family and for your servants, female servants. See here? Why, if you look at the Proverbs, they are written by a very, this Solomon. Sindio? Zimeandikwa na Solomon. And Solomon was getting his wisdom from God. So basically, this is God who was speaking to Israel. You just take a bucket, you put water, you pour the dairy milk, you mix. You reduce the dust. And then you measure with this. These ones are for those that are producing milk. You can see this one is bigger than this. We use this for those who are producing this, the small one.
This is about what, a kg? No.
Tunapimanga ikiwa like half kg, tunaipimia hapa. We don't put all of it.
That's half a kg. And this 25.
No, I don't want you to answer. You'll go thinking, hii ni mambo naenda kupatia uende ukifikiria ni nini kwa sababu hata mimi sijui. Then there is the female servant. Why did he say female servant and not male servant? So you can see there is something. There is something to do with the reproduction also. You see? Basically, we have 3 types of dairy goats, but there is a 4th one that is already in Kenya. And the first one is the Sanen. Sanen, yes. You'll be able to see them in the farm. Sanen are basically white. They can either be white in color. No, they can either be silver white or brown white. And according to the books, I'm saying according to the books because I also have the experience, out of experience. According to the books, the Sanens, they say they produce a lot of milk. They are good producers of milk, and to some point they say they can give you 6 liters or 7 liters a day. And they are big in body. But when it comes to production, I differ with the books because I have the Sanen. And what I've come to learn is any goat can give you milk as long as you feed it well. So at one point, I dispute with the books. But they say Sanen produces a lot of milk. But that one, again, depends on your feeding program. The second goat that we have is a Toggenburg. Most of the Toggenburgs we have in Kenya, they are in gray in color with the white stripes on their face and white socks. When I say white socks, it means it is white from the knee downwards. You understand that? When you say it has socks, it means from the knee downward it's white color. And then when I say earrings, it has earrings, it means the ears are white. So a Toggenburg has also earrings. Toggenburgs come second from the Sanen. But the original Toggenburg, if you go to the books, they say they are brown in color with white stripes and the white socks. But in Kenya, the Toggenburg we have, it's grayish, not brown. But with the time, I think, if you can remember how the goats came in Kenya. These goats were brought in, I think, in the year 1984, if I'm not very wrong. And basically, when they were brought in Kenya, the NGOs that brought these goats, they had a purpose for those goats. And they came with the original breed. But because they did not follow up with the farmers, these breeds were altered. That is why you find even the colors are differing from the original breed. But yet, because it is gray in color, it cannot produce milk. It can still produce milk. So they come second from Sanin. But also, again, I dispute with the books, because most of the things that we'll talk what the book says, and some of them is out of experience. From the experience that you've gone through with these goats, what are your findings? Then the other goat we have is Alpine. The Alpines, there are 3 types. We have the Germany Alpine, which are basically brown in color, and they have black stripes on the legs. Sometimes they can have black belly, or sometimes they can have black socks. The German Alpine is also very big. In terms of production, it is relatively good. It can give you even 3-4 liters depending on your feeding. The other Alpine is British Alpine. British Alpine is black in color. Sometimes it can have white socks. Sometimes it can have white earrings. It can have white berry. And it's a very industrious goat. It's very beautiful, yani, and very ambitious. Haikaangi peke yake, yani, lazima it has to create something so that you can pay attention to it. That is how a British Alpine is. And the other Alpine is a French Alpine. As a farmer, we've not been able to get the French Alpine, but it's there. And I've looked for it. I haven't been able to get it, although some people confuse it with the German Alpine. It's a very big goat and very beautiful. It has colors, but the head is normally one color, and that is brown. Among the Alpines, the French Alpine is the most productive, followed by British, then followed by the German Alpine. The Alpines, they are very hardy, they are resistant, and they can survive to any climate. Sannens, they don't survive well in hot climate. Even the Toggenburgs also survive well in cold climates. The last goat, we've not been able to get it, but there are 2 farmers who has it in Kenya. It's the Agro-Nubian. The Agro-Nubian is very big, and it's basically both for milk production and meat production. It can weigh up to 70 kgs. We'll not talk much about it because I've not been able to get it, but it's there. There are 2 farmers who has it in Kenya, and they imported those goods 2017 from UK. Yes, I want to talk to them. I see whether they can give me a bag from them. So any question from the breeds?
Kenyan Toggenburg.
Yes.
How much milk do you get from it per day?
Depending on your feeding, it can give you up to even 4 liters. But what I have in the farm, the maximum it has given me is 3.5. So if I am sure if I can get the original breed, it can even give us up to 5 liters.
My name is Ezra Muinde from Machakos. So I'm asking, do you have crossbreeds?
Yes, we have crossbreed here in the farm. We have done a crossbreed of Toggenburg and an Alpine. Yeah, and an Alpine. We have also done Sanin and Alpine, and we have done Sanin and Toggenburg. But you've heard, we have challenges of getting the pedigree, the original goat that was brought in Kenya. So even if we do the crossbreed, we don't have that original goat. So you find that even the production is a bit lower. But in terms of production, they are doing good, the crossbreed. Like I have a crossbreed of Toggenburg and an Alpine, and so far it's giving us 4 liters.
My name is Ben. I'm from Kikuyu. Is it important to have, as a farmer, to have many breeds of goats in your farm? Or is it advisable to just keep one, like you can have 100 Sannins and just that?
If you are a starter, if you have never done goats, you're doing it the first time, it's good to have a goat that is handy, that is resistant, that is an alpine. Once you have now the experience of how to handle these goats, you can bring in more breeds. It's very important. It's okay, because with every breed you'll be able to tell this one is producing more milk, this one is not producing. You're able now to tell as a farmer which line do you want to focus on. Yeah, and sometimes I've said some breeds don't do well in very hot areas, some others don't do very well in cold areas. So with that, you're able to balance your flock.
So as a starter, because I think most of us here, we want to start. Yes. What would you advise us to begin with if you're in a place like Kikuyu that is not very hot, it's kind of cold?
Yeah, start with the alpine. Yeah, they will not disappoint you. Yeah, especially the German alpine, they are good. Even British, it's good.
Oh, my name is Kariuki and I'm from Gong. As a farmer, if I bring in an alpine and a Toggenburg and then a Sanine, wouldn't that also mean that if I'm going to maintain that breed, I'd have to be bringing in a buck of the same breed? Yes. So that would give me a challenge. I'd have 3 different bucks in the same farm, and my intention is to produce milk, not to breed goats.
But even in production of milk, there is a goat that will produce more milk than the other. Okay? Even if you have one line of a breed, let's say you have alpine, you will not have one buck, because even if you want to produce milk, you must increase your flock, isn't it? So that means when you're doing reproduction, you cannot use the same buck to the same kids that used to the mothers. You have to change that buck. So it means if you have 4 generations, you must have 4 bucks of the same type.
Yeah, I do understand that, because that would be crossbreeding, right?
Not crossbreeding, inbreeding, yes, inbreeding.
But now if I have a Toggenburg, Alpine, and a Sanine, every other year I'd have to be getting 3 different bucks.
But those bucks, you sell them off. Once you finish up with the buck, like here, we don't keep bucks. Every time they are born, we sell them off. We only leave the bucks that we are using for breeding. Yeah, so every time the bucks comes in, you have to sell them off, or you have maybe to eat them, because you have to be very careful with inbreeding.
Yeah, my name is Moturi from Embu. We have talked of these different types of breeds with their different capacities for production. Is the milk different?
No, but the milk...
In terms of content, or if you're given Toggenburg or Sanan or Alpine milk, can you tell the difference? In terms of content?
The Alpines, the fat content is a bit higher, but sometimes you may not be able to tell. For the Alpine, the milk is a bit creamy, but again also the milk, the outcome also depends with what you feed your animal. If you feed your animal with green matters, of course you expect that milk to be watery. If you feed the dry matter, the milk is a bit creamy. So in terms of the milk, the quality and the quantity of the milk also depends on what you feed.
Okay, that would mean if I need to say maybe for production of yogurt or production of cheese or ghee, it's a question of what I feed the animals, not the kind that actually the type of breed I have. Okay, thank you.
Mrs. Helen has taken us through the types of dairy goats found on her farm and their benefits. Join us after the break for more details on goat housing.